please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're out of practice. It's been a while since we met here, it seems like. I'd like to welcome everybody. Oh, what a summer is over, isn't it? I hope not. Hope we get a nice fall. Anyhow, roll call, please.
Sandy Kufelt.
Here.
Krista Regan.
Here.
Christy Hilton.
Here.
Artie Bryson.
Here.
Cindy Valentine here. Joanne Shirkey. Here. Mark Bouchard.
Here.
Okay, we're all here and present and accounted for. First thing on the agenda is our bills payable. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for bills payable in the amount of $180,303.15.
Support.
Okay, motion and support. Any discussion?
Yes, so Christy noticed the tax bill for Clay Township tax account should actually be the amount for the DDA.
Yes. On the property at the
Yes,
6009 Point Trumbull.
yes. The DDA had paid it in error, so we needed to reimburse the DDA.
Okay,
Same with the amounts there, it just needs to go reimburse the DDA, not the tax
is
account.
that just a journal entry or?
Yes,
Okay,
so there won't actually be a check cut for that, we're gonna avoid that check.
okay. Good. Anything else? We have motion and support. Roll call, please.
Chris Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey. Yes. Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Next, we have two public hearings. If I'm going to, let's combine them into together to one separate hearing. I'll tell you what, I'll just make the motion. I'd like to motion that we open up a special assessment hearing for Beauregard Drive private road maintenance, and also the special assessment public hearing for Bruckner's Island private road maintenance at 7:03.
Support.
Okay, a motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have anyone that likes to comment on either the Beauregard Drive private road maintenance special assessment or Bruckner's Island private road maintenance? They're both special assessments. No comments on either one? Okay, I'll make the motion that we close both public hearings for the Beauregard Drive special assessment and Bruckner's Island special assessment at 7:04.
Support.
We have motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the special public hearings are closed. Moving right along with our regular meeting now. Supervisors report. Our high water, in fact, about a week ago, I was feeling pretty darn good. Then we got about 4 inches of rain between now and then. But actually, I checked about an hour before the meeting. It's at 577.8, which is actually about an inch lower than our last meeting. I was looking at the totals. I was really surprised because, boy, we had a good boating summer. We're still in it, right? Thinking positive. But our rainfall totals for August was actually double the amount for the actual average rainfall. But, it didn't rain much, but when we did, we got a lot. And I think we got a lot of rain at night or something. But I thought the average of Lake St. Clair, they take every day, they average out what it is and make a monthly average. I thought we were gonna be below last year's, but we weren't, so we broke the record. So I think this makes 9, 10 months in a row that, the average for Lake St. Clair is above what it was last year or ever, really. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet, people. Hoping, praying that the trend will reverse and we'll start getting less water, because it's definitely a challenge for us. I guess now it was 2 Fridays ago, we got a lot of rain at 5 in the morning, and we had about 5, 6 roads that were underwater Friday during garbage pickup. These are roads that the drains are plugged and we have pumps. And so we missed garbage pickup on some of the roads. It was basically some of the pickups on Anchor Bay Colony and the Colony Isle sub. And typically it wouldn't have been a big problem, because they would have probably came back either Saturday or the following Monday to pick up. But I called them up, and truthfully, they're having, I'm gonna more segue into my COVID report from high water. They're having definite issues manning their staff, and actually a lot of people are. As they said, Artie, we don't have the staff just to, barely do our regular runs. I can't promise we'll be able to get back to do those pickups. And what it is, if someone wants a week off, all they have to do is say, COVID, my girlfriend has her, I'm taking care of my mother-in-law or something, and they get an automatic week or 2 off, collecting, and they're collecting the unemployment plus the bonus that they're getting. And so it's a challenge for them and other businesses too. So things are definitely not back to normal. School opened today for Algonac in person. Anyone hear of any issues or anything, or? No, all good, that's good. I'm glad they're doing it. Kudos to Algonac School Board and Al for making it happen. And other than that, I think, our numbers are very, very good here. And I had a lot of conversations, and my own personal opinion is I think we're at the spot where we shouldn't be in a state of emergency anymore. We know how to manage it. We should be a state of to manage it right. So that's my own personal opinion. But, people that are high risk, yeah, they still need to stay away and be smart about it. But there's a lot of people are still challenged. It's hard to get materials even, a lot of materials and things. It's just talking the price of wood. Does anyone, it's crazy. So anyhow, I'll get off that bandwagon. Talk to the road commission. They will be paving Lakepointe and Muskrat Run, scheduled for September 17th and 18th. We had to put it off because of the election, and then the contractor was having issues getting materials and grindings and things to do the job. We did have 2 cases since our last meeting from our building department, and we received
Court cases, not COVID cases.
yeah, right, court cases. Thank you. Thank you. Court cases. Where we had to take 2 different people to court and anyhow, we did that. One was a blight and another one was a code enforcement issue. And we were successful on both of them, received a consent judgment, and they have 2 weeks since the court to rectify the situation, or if they don't, we can come in and remedy the problem for them and charge them back for it. If they don't pay, it goes on their taxes. And also there's fines associated with each one. I think one was $500, the other one was $1,000. So that went well, and we also have an issue going on Mill Street. And we met with that property owner and their attorneys Friday, and that went well. We have a good dialogue going now, and hopefully we can avoid the whole going to court and getting a judgment. That's, we're gonna be pursuing that one pretty hard right now. Music in the parks went well, so it is over with, except for this coming Saturday, September 12th, we have St. John Smith over at Browns Field, and that starts at 6 o'clock. We don't have a food truck. We tried to get a food truck, but we couldn't get one to come out. So bring a picnic basket or order some to-go food from a local restaurant. St. John Smith is a great band, starts at 6 o'clock. If I remember right, the night before Friday, if you're interested, Ira Township has their band, or a band playing in their park. 10 Beach Cruise, 10 Beach Drive. They're a good band too, one of our favorites. So if you want some music this weekend, Friday over in Ira, Saturday at Browns Field on the island. Still working with the SAW grant, $1.1 million SAW grants and going full swing. I know I sent paperwork to receive 2 draws. Did we get them yet?
Nope, we've gotten one.
We've gotten 1, so we got another one coming.
I already just applied interest on that. I talked to Anthony today, and he's going to come probably in October,
For a
give a update to the whole board on exactly where we're at and
okay.
where we're moving.
For those that didn't hear, in October, we're gonna have a report done on the SAW grant, what we've accomplished, what we've done, and what we have to do going forward to finish it up. And I filled out the request for the $2,000 tire grant from our cleanup. I sent that in last week. I haven't heard anything nasty, Graham, about it, like I did something wrong or anything. And actually, we're in the final processes of doing our money to request $88,000 from the MDNR Trust Fund grant for the property on Harsens Island. And along with that, there's about another $15,000 that the county parks will also give us. So I think we have one agenda item on tonight's agenda. Once I get that signed, I can send all the closing documents to them for that in a little bit. So let's see. Last week, we were in the process of installing the access sites for the water meters to collect all the data on the Colony Tower, the Algonac Water Tower, and our dispatch tower. Did that get done? I mean, that went pretty smooth. Yeah, and it was one of those, it was a job, that's for sure. Climbing up the ladders. And I also mentioned, we haven't been able to come to an agreement with Pieperzak on the final payment amount for the county water main project. And we will be going to mediation on that. I feel pretty strong in our position on it. I shared some information with the board, but we're going to probably in the next week or so get some sort of a date for mediation on that. So hopefully we can come to a reasonable resolution. I just want to mention too, watch out for some scams. The police have been getting a lot of reports on different scams. They're using this COVID stuff going around and the IRS, stuff going around. I think one lady got scammed for about $37,000 in our township. Something about green dot coupons or something. I don't know. It's a terrible thing. So be very leery of phone calls, emails, and stuff on the internet. I hate to hear it when that stuff happens, so we have to make this reminder every once in a while. So that's it with my supervisor's report. Now we have public comments, if anyone have any questions or,
We got fire chief.
oh, fire chief's report, then we have public comments.
Is this gonna go up here, or?
That's
You
fine.
can just turn it a little bit.
Yes, swing it around.
Good evening. Fire Chief's report for August. During the month of August, I attended one meeting, and that was with all the agencies involved in the Raft-Off 2020. I would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Engel, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and Mr. and Mrs. Bryson for their continuous support of the fire department. Those folks allowed us to use their property during Raft-Off. The Engels allowed us to use their property for medical storage. The Smiths allowed us to use their property for our command post. And then Mr. Bryson always gets us our support equipment, barge, and whatever we need to make that event happen. So I really appreciate their support. We also assisted Port Huron Fire Department for float down. We sent two firefighters up there along with our two personal watercrafts and assisted those floating down the river. What's that?
It was a rainy day.
It was a rainy day, that's for sure. The agreement between the fire department on the island, Station 2, and the Harsens Island Lions to allow us to hook into the septic tank has been completed. I forwarded that to Mr. Szymanski and just waiting for his answer on that agreement. The flagpole company came in to install the flagpole this last month. Water's, and the groundwater's kind of high. Hopefully it'll go down here in the next couple of weeks, we hope. They're having some issues putting the cement in. So I had some advice from Joanne on how to do it, so maybe I can pass that on to them. So,
Fill it up.
yeah. We presented a in-service award to Brian Sears, 23 years of service in the fire department over on the island. I took a trip down to Florida to Alumatech airboats in Florida to do the final specs on the new airboat. We're looking at getting some cabinets underneath the seats of the co-pilot and pilot, and also cabinets underneath the passenger seat, which sits in front of those positions. They're also going to put in some hatches in the deck so we can put storage, life jackets, that sort of thing in those in there. They're also going to recess all the nav lights, the navigation lights. They're going to recess the speaker for the siren in the boat, so there's nothing hanging off the boat where it can get pulled off. They're also going to install the lights, the emergency lights, the work lights, the siren, and the GPS for us. And everything went pretty well. I did include in my report some pictures of one of the boats they're building right now. That boat, they're building two boats for ExxonMobil up in Alaska. So ours is going to be similar to theirs.
Same size?
Same size, yep, same size. And then I would like to thank Captain Hubert and Lieutenant Tews for taking care of the township in my absence.
Anyone have any questions for Chief?
No, very good.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have public comments. Do we have any public comments or questions? Come on up and we'll have, you can have come first.
Carol Sampson, 6039 Point Trumbull Road. Artie, I'm in here with the reference to the letter that you emailed me on July 21st. When I asked for the email, the thread that was started on the neighborhood, it was started for the future land use of Pearl Beach, and it quickly turned into the Pearl Beach Park. When I asked for a letter stating no residents would be removed from their homes, I was referencing the future land use of Pearl Beach, not the Pearl Beach Park. So I'm asking if you would send me a revised letter that there are no plans now or in the future for removing residences from their home for the future land use of Pearl Beach downtown, Pearl Beach development mentioned in the draft for the master plan. So that's what I'm asking for, is a revised letter.
Would this board have a problem with me sending that letter out?
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean,
That's only as good as you allow.
office.
Right, exactly, well,
Or the
another board could switch policy, but there's a concern that we're gonna eminent domain people and kick them out of their homes for a park.
Well, I'm not talking about the park. I'm talking about the future land use.
Or
of the
land
down-
use.
Of the Pearl Beach.
Okay.
Downtown area
Right.
where you're wanting the condos and
Right.
the different
This
things
is-
down the riverfront.
This is all with
The park and the downtown development are two separate issues.
It's a big misconception with the master plan, they're making it available for mixed use down the road in the master plan. And it's construed that we're gonna kick people out and make room for something else, so,
But there's
yeah.
an awful lot of literature on it that's going into the draft of the master plan. So the transparency in that is not very clear.
Okay,
So
and it's a
if you-
draft,
I
and
have
we're gonna
read the
have lots of
draft.
public hearings on it.
I have.
Right,
and-
but yeah, I'll get the board permission, I'll get that letter out to you.
Okay, make sure it says for the future land use for the downtown Pearl Beach.
Yep,
That's in the master plan.
What is the purpose of the letter?
To make them feel better.
Well, in the future, when they want to take my home away, I'll have the letter from Arthur Bryson saying that they aren't going to.
Well, the master plan hasn't been approved yet.
I know,
So it's,
but
to me, the
this has
letter,
been going on since 1992.
the letter prior to it being approved, to me, is a mute thing. If you want to write a letter, I'd do it after the planning commission or planning, the master plan has been completed. Then do the letter if it so states in there that, something about, future use that you're concerned about.
Well, Mr. Elroy at the one planning commission did mention the eminent domain at the end of the planning commission meeting. So that raised a lot of questions and and the wording in here is, I mean, it's black and white. It's black and white, so,
we'll get you a letter out there.
Yeah.
To do any eminent domain, it would have to pass this board, and I have,
well, like I said, the transparency with everything isn't very clear.
We would have
with
to have
anything.
funds for that as well.
and funds, right, okay.
And if we did exercise eminent domain throughout the entire master plan, that would reduce our tax base in half.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it's being implemented into the master plan then, that we're for all the development for the future land use, and the map shows the whole, the map shows the whole area. And
Yeah,
if there's
it goes all the way
nothing to
down that
go
way
in
then.
there, then why is it being implemented into the master?
Being allowed for mixed use
Yeah,
down the
mixed
road.
use, yeah.
That's
But right now,
what they're
we were
doing.
single, but now we're mixed residential, but now you're gonna do mixed use.
I believe that's what these are questions for the planning commission, not this board, it's a totally different board.
Yeah, I know, but you
I don't even-
you have a lot to do with the planning commission.
No, I
because-
don't.
Because
I can't even go to the
Roy,
meeting.
The last planning commission meeting said Artie wanted this done, Artie wanted that done, so.
Well-
You do have a lot to do with the planning commission.
Okay, you think so,
Okay, I'll be
I
ready
wish
to
I
do
had
that.
more to do with it, truthfully. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's against the law for me to, yeah, come on up, thanks. State your name and address and,
Good evening, my name is Alan Snella. I have a cottage on Bruckner Island, 8256 Middle Channel. As I came in a little late here, I noticed you had, we were right up there for a public hearing, and because I'm president of the association, do you have anything written down, or can you repeat it, or can we have a conversation after the meeting?
yeah, we had about 100 people in here and they were burning torches and.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No, there is no opposition, and it is on our agenda later on.
Right, I noticed that.
And, because we have to have 2 public hearings before we can
Right, 'cause
approve
I-
it. And tonight was the first one.
'cause I-
And then we'll set the date for the second one, and then typically, we approve it at a regular meeting after the second one.
Right, because we had a island meeting, homeowners association, yesterday, and the treasurer said he just got in by the skin of his teeth the 75% signatures, and I want to make sure that it's in there.
Yeah,
Good, thank you
yeah,
very
you're
much.
solid.
Okay, and I also missed, you had just mentioned $66,000 to the Harsens Island property. What was that about?
Oh, 88.
Or 80?
Oh, over by Schoolhouse Grill.
Oh,
We have a kayak, it's a nature/kayak launch
oh, okay.
that, it's actually 9 acres that wrote a grant for and got, and the DNR Trust Fund is paying for 75%, and the county Parks and Rec is paying for 13.5%. And so it's ended up costing us about 14 grand, I think, for these 9 acres. And we're hoping to develop it into a kayak launch on the Crispin Drain.
Thank you very much. And the third question I have is, we can do it afterwards if you'd like, about the no parking.
Yes, it's in the works.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I won't put it where those, our unofficial boat ramp is.
Yes, there's a barge there, right?
Yeah, I know, boy, that owner of that barge, he needs to get, my brother.
Not saying anything,
All right, thank you.
but he was kind enough to leave enough space.
Oh, yeah, actually, I pulled a pontoon boat off out on the side. So,
Thank you.
all right. Any other public comments? Seeing none, moving right along. Consent agenda, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda consisting of the board meeting minutes of August 17th, 2020, check reports, and the road watch communication.
Support.
Okay, motion and support, any discussion?
Yes, I have some regarding the minutes of the August 17th meeting, which needless to say, that meeting was a fiasco with electric going out and rain coming down and everything else.
Pull it off, I liked it.
Yeah, no, but as far as the.
Being outside.
minutes are concerned, I would like to have some clarification on a couple things. In this. Don't sit well with most of me, I'm sure you'll be able to straighten it out. But on new business, when they did a roll call vote, the one prior to that, if you get your minutes out,
What page?
first page. Go down,
Which number on new business?
go down where Diane Miller's talking, and then go down here to the next one, motion by Valentine, check reports, et cetera. And then it says, we already know that Mark wasn't there because he was late, but then he's voting. So did he come? Was he there?
Well, you were sitting next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when did he get there?
I think he got there just after public comment.
Yes, I
You got there for the third new
I'm
business.
belaboring this a little bit, but it's very confusing to me there.
Yep, it was just an error. I didn't take him out of the template. I apologize.
That's what I figured.
Who seconded it?
What? No, she's talking about
Just the,
the A's.
the
Oh,
A's.
gotcha,
He wasn't there for the first or second.
okay.
New business.
So he has to be struck and,
Off of number 2.
yep.
And then
Good
go over
catch.
to, number 8 on the next page. Motion by Shirkey, vote supported by Valentine to approve the fire vote, et cetera. But then when it says roll call vote, A's, Bryson, Shirkey, O'Regan, Brochard, Hilton, and Kupel. Where's Valentine? She was there,
I must
but
have
she
checked
didn't
out.
vote. And then go to 9, and it's the same thing again.
Well, you didn't vote again.
Oh, I checked out the rest of the meeting.
She just. put her
You
head
did.
down and wouldn't vote. No, so on number 9, she didn't vote either,
Or 10,
or 10,
or
or
11.
11.
Yes,
criticizing, I'm just, you know,
Pointing
I
out.
like to read everything. Make sure
well, we want it to reflect it,
it's right.
right, so.
And then, look at the check report on the bottom of the page, here we go again, down at the bottom, is, you can't read what it says it is. Look, Christie. It's always off the page.
Yep, I even wrote it in, it's still off the page.
I know, so what was that?
Couldn't tell you. If you'd have called me, I could have looked it up for you before the meeting, though. Looks like it was $30. You're more than welcome to stop in my office tomorrow and check it out.
The vendor's name is actually the state.
Why does it always not come on? Isn't there some way we can fix that?
Probably
Well,
just the
If I
way
have them
it's,
move that template, then it moves the templates that prints our checks. So no, that's just how it is.
But, I mean, it'd be nice to know what we're spending our money on, like we talked about.
Well, you
Is
can always
it
look back
cutting-
on the last bills payable on the, see what you approved.
Is it
but I
cutting
agree,
it
you can
off
just
in the
call me.
printer, or is it,
It cuts off when it prints
Oh,
right
it
from
cuts off.
TSNA.
Yeah,
But, I mean, that's why we have our bills payable in one and the check report of what we approved from the prior meeting, so you can go back and forth to make sure our check numbers run consecutively.
Understand that, I understand that.
So, I mean, you can either look back or you can give me a call and I'd be more than happy to look that information up for you.
it's $30 to the state of Michigan.
I'll call you the next time, Cindy.
Okay.
So it says the state of Michigan?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay,
Not a criticism, it's just a little thing that.
any other discussion on the consent agenda? Thanks, Joanne. Hearing none, all in favor of the consent agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, consent agenda is passed. Under new business, we have an agreement with the fire department, it's a septic agreement. I shot this off to our attorney and our legal counsel was good with it. And it's gonna go before the Lions too. So technically, I probably should have waited a little bit and see if they wanna tweak it before bringing it to us, but, anyhow, what it is, it's, we don't have any room behind our fire department over there, and, our septic tank cuppeth, overrunneth. And, the Lions have, right next door has a humongous septic field. And we contacted the health department, to see if they would have any problem if we could utilize their field for our needs. And they said, yeah, no problem, they have tons of capacity. And we got a permit to put in about, how big's the tank, George? Yeah, we're gonna put in a tank, 1,200, yeah, I can't remember. Tank with a grinder pump, usually there's 2 grinder pumps, and because they alternate and there's a backup if one breaks, and we'll, pump it over into their septic field. And, but they said we need some kind of a agreement with them, and that's what, this is pretty straightforward and simple. So, any contract the board has to approve, so, that's why it's here.
Artie?
Yes.
I talked to Mr. Shadansky Saturday about this. He said he was good with it. He was just getting with some of the other members just to initial that paper.
Okay,
So, as far as I know, it's
right.
their side.
I was at the turkey shoot this weekend, and I talked to a couple of them about it, and they were all, yeah, no problem. So,
I enlightened a few as well.
yeah, how'd you shoot?
I got 5.
All right. So I guess I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make,
a motion to approve the septic sewer tile field connection and user agreement between Township
I'll support.
254 foot.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any more discussion on that? Roll call vote, please.
Christie Hilton.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Crystal Regan.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Next, we have a resolution for local road funding assistance. This is going to be for half of Phelps Road. And the total cost of the project is gonna be about $140,000. This is gonna be for next year. The county will kick in $50,000 for it, which is very nice that they do that. This will be the 9th one in a row, because they're supposed to be every other year. Actually, we got $100,000 on the Falkirk Bridge for when that one went down. But, so this resolution is going to take care of that. And like I say, their estimate for the project to do it the way they thought they should would be $140,000. And so our cost would be $90,000 for it next year.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2020-22, local road funding for Phelps Road.
Support.
Okay, a motion and support. Any more discussion?
Do we have defined starting and stopping points for that project?
No, it'll go out for bid, and it's usually in the bid.
Then they'll outline exactly.
Yeah, sometimes, I kinda got on a little bit, it seems like we get more competitive bids if we put it out like right now or soon, cause the good paving companies, they like to line up work all summer, keep them going all year, and they do their bidding in the process to line up their work during the winter months when they're not working. And it seems like that doing this sooner, at least putting out for bids and getting the bid accepted, we do a little bit better when it's, we get the paperwork done to them. About 20% better, actually. And in the past, they used to drag their feet and put it out in July, because that's when the new fiscal year is. And the bids aren't quite as competitive.
So as far as starting and stopping points though, are we thinking
Oh.
Muskrat Run?
No, I'm sorry. It'll be right to Taft, or Muskrat Run, or at the end of Taft.
Yep.
Halfway.
Halfway down.
So it's 0.8 miles.
Okay. Both sides, both lanes?
Yep,
So it'll get us through the curves.
Yep.
And halfway down.
exactly.
Phelps.
This side's the worst.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it'll be before the drain.
Right.
Before the,
Exactly.
was it Swan Creek?
Swore out, yeah,
Sword out.
no, that's not sworn out. Oh, why am I having Cartwright, no, not Cartwright.
It might be sword out.
I think it is sworn out.
It is sworn out.
Yeah, it's sworn out, drain,
Okay, so it'll be this side.
yeah. So we have motion and resolution, right?
Motion and support.
Or support? Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Crystal Regan.
Yes.
Christie Hilton. Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, next we have the resolution 2020-23, the Natural Resources Trust Fund support. This is a resolution they asked. Right now, we have a DNR trust fund where we can get grants. And how it's set up is and this is money, it won't cost our residents in the whole state any taxes or anything. How it's set up, the trust fund grant, they get monies from oil and excavating minerals, mining from these operations. And it goes, a portion of that goes into this DNR Trust Fund. And how it's set up, there's a board that runs it, but 75% of the money they grant has to be in land acquisitions. And only 25% can be granted for development. Well, what's happening, they're getting a lot more requests for development and a lot less requests for acquisitions. And they want, this wants, it gives them more leeway. I'm not sure, it's been a while since I read it. I think it's, 50, it gives them more leeway, about another 20% or so. Yeah, requiring 20% of the funding. So it's basically changing it from 75% to 25% for land acquisitions. And, I mean, if they want to still do 75%, they can. It just gives their board more leeway for giving out development grants, which I will be applying for over there, and I'm sure we will for the county will for the beach too. And so they're asking for our support.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2020-23 for supporting the ballot proposal to amend the Michigan National Resources Trust Fund.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. If, I know Chris from Six Rivers, he was here for getting the grants for the beach park and helping us with that. Everyone's all about it that's really in the know of this, so. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Where did I start last time, Christie? Artie Bryson?
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey?
Yes.
Mark Bouchard?
Yes.
Sandy Kupel?
Yes.
Chris O'Regan?
Yes.
Christie Hilton?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Resolution, a lot of resolutions tonight. 2020-24, this is a declaration and notice for it's basically a deed restriction that the state's requiring us to put on for Columbine Road where we want to put the nature park and kayak launch. It basically just says that we agree that under the deed restriction, it will always be a park, and we're not gonna sell it. I mean, it would be pretty ugly for us if we paid 14 grand for this and turn around and sell it for 128,000. So, basically that's what this is. And it's the final piece of my paperwork I have to get to, submit for to recoup the grant money from the DNR Trust Fund.
Board, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2020-24, the declaration and notice of 2575 Columbine.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any discussion?
You have a question. This form that you're using for this declaration of notice, is that a canned form?
Yes.
Basically canned? Okay. So I had a little question, not even a question, but going down towards the end of the page, A, B, and then where it says, therefore be it resolved, and that whole wordage right there kind of threw me off, so I'm pretty sure that's somebody gets paid more than I do to write that, so.
Yeah, this is basically, Clay Township dyes it, they gave it to us, and I have to sign it and get it notarized, and I gotta upload it to their website. All right, any other questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey?
Yes.
Mark Bouchard?
Yes.
Sandy Kufel?
Yes.
Krista Regan?
Yes.
Kristi Hilton?
Yes.
Artie Bryson?
Yes, motion passes. Okay, next we have the SCADA system upgrade. This is with the city of Algonac, and we pay 2/3. Is it 62% or 62%, actually, of this. And it's an upgrade on the, SCADA is basically the brains of the water plant, tells the pumps how much to pump, to turn on, turn off. It manages the whole plant. And it's about 20 years old, it needs an upgrade. They got a quote for $26,295. John and I met with them about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. And they did get another bid, 31,000 and some change. They asked for a third company for a bid, and they just said, yeah, we're not gonna be that low, so, I mean, we'll put in a bid if you really need me to, but we're not gonna come close to the 29,000. So, and, I think this is a good thing. I believe John thinks it's a good thing. And, this is, you know, we gotta approve it. And it is in our long-term forecast for the, water plant. You know, it was about 7 years ago, I went to Algonac. We need a 20-year plan, capital replacement plan for this water plant, because we had nothing. And, we put it together, then it took about 3 or 4 years of fine tuning it, and it's pretty good now. And, this is part of that plan, so they're sticking to it, so.
So it's 62%, you said?
Yeah,
$16,302.90.
the 0.5, 62.5,
I believe so.
I think it's 62.5, sorry.
Say the price again. But actually,
She's recalculating it.
$16,434.38.
Will be our share. Entertain a motion so we can talk about it.
I'll make a motion to approve the water department SCADA system upgrade with the city of Algonac and the amount not to exceed $16,434.38.
Support.
Yeah, motion to support our share of it. Okay, we have motion to support. Any more discussion?
John, is this software intensive? Is that why the prices are so high? This looks like two fancy computers, right? So even if you price them at
Well, it's the whole
$3,400
system that runs
apiece.
the plant, it runs the tower, the pumps.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
software and
Yes,
interconnectivity between.
correct.
Yeah, it will say, hey, you know, we need more water in the tower, in the water tower. It fills it up, we'll turn it off.
Okay.
It
Runs
monitors,
the whole plant.
it monitors the pressure throughout the whole
So
system.
the software components of it are the brains behind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We just need a couple of pieces of hardware to run that stuff, right?
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Mark Bouchard?
Yes.
Sandy Kufel?
Yes.
Krista Regan?
Yes.
Kristi Hilton?
Yes.
Artie Bryson?
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey?
yes,
Okay, motion passes. Next, we have a request for computer replacement for the DPW Water Department. This is a budgeted item. And we have quotes.
same computers that we
Bought
priced out for
here.
the front office?
Yeah, basically the same ones we got here.
Or I'll make a motion to approve the DPW computer replacement for $1,223.96 coming from line item 590-799 and 591-799.
Or
Okay, motion and support. Did we decide, are we gonna have, Advantage Tech transfer your data over and?
I would prefer to.
Yes, okay, I think so too. Okay. All right, we have motion and support. Any more discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next we have, Water Department, a request for a Hydrosoft meter data transfer. I was talking to John about this. This is a service. We'll need it for 2 years. You know, we're putting in new water meters for everybody. If I mess up the explanation, jump in. And, to do that, we pull the old meter out, we put a new meter in, we take a read off the old meter, we take the read off the new meter to see what it is, and we bring it all back here. We would have to manually enter all the data in for each customer, which is over 5,000 customers, on all the numbers and everything. This software does it for us. You push a button and it basically does it. Am I correct?
Yeah, this will allow us to send it directly to the BSNA billing software
Right.
with one file.
Yep.
No manual input from, on our end or at the billing end.
Right. So it will save us time and probably lots of mistakes. Which, you know, we have someone out right now in our front office and time is important.
I think we did our cost breakdown, it comes down to like 60 cents a minute.
Yeah, something like that. And this will be, after 2 years, we won't need it. And so the first year is $1,995 and the second year is $750. So it'll be a 2-year,
Is it 2 or 3?
is it 3 years? Okay, so it's 750, 750.
Correct.
Okay, I was thinking,
750 twice after the first year.
right, okay. So, it'll be a 3-year commitment.
So during the change of the meters and the electronic meters that we're talking about, we're gonna have more accurate reading to where somebody isn't billed an obscene charge
Absolutely.
or a lower charge, which you probably never know, but.
Well, I know we've swapped out some meters before in the past and had issues with billing.
Got a timeline on that?
The total change out,
Yeah. Or start date.
start date?
All right.
Possibly Thursday.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. Yep, we got the data collection in and,
Collectors are in place, the software is being put in this week, and we may be ready to change meters Thursday.
and we got training set up.
Training on Thursday.
We got training on Thursday for the front office.
Perfect.
We're moving right along.
Yep. Any questions?
Are you doing water meters for every resident, or are you
Yes.
talking water meters for the town for here?
It's gonna be, eventually it'll be for every resident that has our municipal water. Yes.
And where, I know on the riverfront, well, the riverback, riverfront, I don't know what you call it now, but the water's out by the water.
Mm-hmm.
So are they moving up to the road, like the gas?
Not yet. We're just swapping out the meters. That's gonna be our next project when we replace the water main in front.
So the meter, you're gonna put a new meter in the yards where they are now, I don't understand.
No, we won't do that. We won't put a meter in until we know what our plan is.
Right.
How long is that gonna be?
Next year.
Yep.
Next year?
Yeah, what, I mean, if you want to call John tomorrow, you can. I don't know the particular, I'm sure.
Explain the whole process.
Yeah, he can explain it to you. Yep. He's head of the water department.
Okay, I'll give it to you after.
I'll make a motion to approve the Hydrosoft meter data transfer for the one-time setup fee of $1,995 and the annual fee of $750 thereafter from line item 591-799.
Support.
Okay, motion and support. Any more discussion? I just wanted to reiterate too that these new water meters are gonna be a lot user-friendly for our customers. You'll be able to log in and look at your water usage by the day. And if there's a leak or something, we get flagged that there's a lot of water usage from this property or that property, so we can call and warn people. There's a lot of advantages to these new meters. Okay, we have motion and support. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next we have resolution 2020-20B, special assessment for Beauregard Drive.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2020-20B for special assessment resolution number 2 for the private road maintenance for Beauregard Road, Harsens Island Special Assessment District, which is basically authorizing the assessor to prepare a special assessment roll. It also states that there was 75% of the total road
Yep.
property owners.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, roll call, please.
Sandy Kufelt.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Next, we have resolution 2020-21B for Bruckner's Island. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2020-21B, special assessment resolution number 2, private road maintenance for Bruckner's Island, Harsens Island, Special Assessment District. This resolution would be the same thing as the prior one, only for Bruckner's Island in lieu of Beauregard Drive.
Support.
Motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Chris O'Regan.
I'll give you
Christy
this.
Hilton.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Next, we have resolution 2020-20C for Beauregard.
Make a motion to approve resolution number 2020-20C, excuse me, special assessment resolution number 3, private road maintenance for Beauregard Road on Harsens Island, setting the public hearing, the second and final public hearing for Monday, October 5th, 2020 at 7 PM.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support, so we're gonna talk about it again October 5th. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Motion passes. Next, we have resolution 2020-21C.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2020-21C, special assessment resolution number 3, private road maintenance for Bruckner's Island, stating the same thing, that the last and final public hearing for this special assessment will be on Monday, October 5th, 2020, at 7 o'clock.
Support.
Okay, we have motion and support. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Artie Bryson.
Yes.
Cindy Valentine, yes. Joanne Shirkey.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Sandy Kufel.
Yes.
Chris O'Regan.
Yes.
Christy Hilton.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. All right, next we have board member comments. Cindy?
I just want to let the board know that Janet and I did have a training well, it was like our third meeting, but first training for that agenda software, which is, looks like it's going to be very intricate, but very user-friendly on your end, once we get it hammered out. And that will also get rid of Joanne's concern with the meeting names always being pulled off a template from the meeting before, so. We have two trainings this week for that software and 2 trainings next week, and hopefully we can get it off the ground after that.
Good. Mark?
Yeah, as a board representative on the planning commission, understanding that there's quite a concern with the master plan and some of the issues involved with that, I'm going to ask the chairperson on the planning commission, as well as the planners, to include a letter of explanation and/or a disclaimer about eminent domain, and make sure we can put that to rest for everybody, get more comfortable with it. Okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Joanne?
We still have a couple things going on with the ZBA. I don't know if we're gonna do Zoom or what, whether we're gonna have it here. As of yet.
That's really the call of the chair, meeting chair, so.
Know what's going on for what.
Probably, if there's gonna be a lot of people interested in it, probably do a Zoom, but if you don't think there's gonna be that many, we can
Right,
do it here.
wait and see.
Yep. Chris?
2 things. First, school's back in session.
That's right.
School buses, kids are outside early and late, so let's use common sense, drive safely, drive accordingly, and pay attention to what we're doing. Secondly, there is a Clay Township sign that's kind of in my craw a little bit, and it's when you're coming into Clay Township.
Yeah.
And from the Dyke Road, they're doing, the county's working some magic over there, and they're using it for some staging area for building materials. But I'm just putting the board on notice that as a board, I'm gonna be lobbying pretty hard for us to do something about that.
It's in the works. In fact, I talked to Ed Phillips. We have artwork for it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we got artwork for it, and things got goofy with high water. We put it off. It's in the can, ready to go.
Great.
I'll,
I'm gonna assume you're talking about this sign that I just took a picture of last week
yes,
and told Artie we need to get on it.
that's the one.
Yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't reflect.
She asked me if I could have Janice paint it. I goes, no, we're not painting it. We're replacing.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Like, do
it's,
something with it, please.
it's a real nice sign we have. Welcome to Clay Township. And we have a picture of the county tower on it, and we have home of the sturgeon, angling sturgeon capital,
Yeah,
and then also the home of the Algonac muskrats.
you said some artwork.
Right.
on this
Yeah.
months ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I got that. So we're gonna fire that up.
That's fantastic.
And the DDA too, for the Pearl Beach, we have a really cool sign for the Pearl Beach Pier. It's going to be like an arch sign, you know,
It
kind
goes
of.
over it, right?
Yeah, and it's gonna be welcome, you know, the Pearl Beach Fishing Pier, and we got a picture of a sturgeon underneath it,
Awesome.
you know? So I got that artwork in the can too.
A little beautification.
Yes,
That's all I have.
okay.
Well, I kind of wanted to give a shout out to all of our teachers
Yes.
in Algonac, because I think today was a phenomenal day for our community. Our kids finally went back to school. So wanted to give a shout out to them and say thank you for everything they do. And I had the same comment about the buses, keeping our community kids safe. Watch out for those red lights.
Summer tax is due next Monday. If you have questions, if your escrow has been paid, we have received some checks. But if you have questions, definitely give us a call. Summer tax is due Monday, September 14th by 6 PM.
Okay, thank you. The only thing, that, you know, school's open, and you're right about the teachers. I had a discussion, little soiree I was at over the weekend with teacher from Oakland County, and they're not going back to work and this and that. I'm like, oh, please. I'm glad we are, that we're doing it in person. The kids need it so bad. They're doing it safely, and I'm personally, I'm just happy that Al and the Algonac School Board decided to go forward and have a real live school year. When's football start? Are we having football? When's the first game?
Next,
18th?
next Friday?
Okay, that's good to know.
So it's coming.
Well, that's good. We need some football.
Well, if you watch any college ball over the weekend, it may not be pretty.
No, really, I didn't,
The kids, they're not exactly ready.
no, I'm sure they're not.
But some is better than nothing.
That's right. Oh, it'll be fun. All right, well, and, you know, things are busy. We got a lot of positive stuff going on, and we got a lot of positive stuff coming down the pipe, too. I want to tell the board, I got some language that is really more, a lot more aggressive than what we currently have as far as zoning aspect on people growing marijuana. And I just received it. I'm going to read it a couple times, give it to our attorney and our planner to take a look at it. And I'll get it to you guys, and I think we should go forward with this.
This for the growing for medical marijuana,
Any kind.
any kind?
But primary medical, but really any kind. We're gonna require that they have to live at the house. In other words, and they have to own it. Legally, we can do that now. It was in question. In other words, you can't rent a house and not live there and grow a bunch of marijuana in it. That was a biggie. We can require air filtration, so it doesn't smell like skunk, on
Which
the up.
they're currently allowed to do under law right now, correct?
Right,
We just can make sure that it's done safely.
Yep,
And have
safely.
some enforcement penalties.
right, and we can do it through zoning. And, it was interesting, I had this on the desk, and I was just going through it, and I get a knock on the door, and my door, it was someone from DTE. And, they're having an issue with all these houses, they wanna increase the ampage to 320 or more. And a house growing marijuana, other than, you know, just a few plants, uses 6 to 8 times more of the electricity than a normal household. And she says, this representative from DT it's not so bad out here yet, but it's coming. They said over in Macomb County and some other communities, it's getting really bad where the DTE is fearful that the grid won't be able to handle the demand from it. So she actually asked, is there any way that you could say in some kind of ordinance where we have to, or our building department has to approve the energy upgrade before DT gives it to them? And I said, I'll be darned, it's right in here that it is in there. And she said, you know, because it's a big issue on some of these places. She was stating a lot of cases, so.
I believe it also adds to the fire component
Yes.
on some of the older homes now, doesn't it?
So I'm gonna, probably in a couple meetings, we'll have that along with our new sign artwork. So, that's all the comments I have.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Thanks for coming, everybody. All right.
There's one question.
Yeah.